Reality.
UFOs.
Science.
Consciousness.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
That might not be a real thing. The podcast.
What's going on, everyone? I'm the Candyman, aka the Hung Guy with the Fungi. Coming at you live from the NRG Tree recording studio with the crew. What's up, y'all?
Hey, Danny Demonic, I drink your blood and I spit on your grave. Well, you had a hung guy with the fungi thing, so I have my own thing. I just
You're allowed to have whatever you want.
That's what it is. I just did it on the spot. That's what it is.
Can you say it again?
Eat it.
I drink your blood and I spit on your grave.
Yeah.
Bleh.
That's a good one. That's a different ring to it.
Kingsley's enjoying a delicious
I
shake
honestly
right
think
now.
that's a 70s horror movie.
Can't be bothered to
I
discuss
drink your
anything.
blood
You
and
just having a
spit on your
milkshake.
grave.
Yeah, it's like a double feature in the 70s.
Related or two separate films?
No, they're two separate films, I think, but it's like
Like you'd go to it. You'd
exploitation
go to it.
films from the
Yeah,
70s.
yeah.
Like there's some really good ones back then.
What's
Blackula.
What's an
Yeah.
exploitation?
Black Dracula.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Exploitation, like Grindhouse type shit.
Yeah.
Sleazy.
Macka's going to spearhead us this week in a conversation on artificial intelligence. Super nerdy, right up my alley. Happy to be back on a nerd topic.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Are we starting with that, or are we starting with?
Just want to say hi and
Did we
go
introduce
through
everybody?
the shout outs and
Everybody
everything.
say hi?
Yeah.
Did you say hi?
Oh, I don't know.
I introduced
Say hi.
Kingsley while she
Okay.
was
I was
chugging
drinking. I was
milkshake.
drinking my milkshake.
Okay. A milkshake
It was
brings
her
up.
turn. I looked at her and she just like, fuck it, and keep sucking on this milkshake. So I was like, all right, got
Her
it.
milkshake brings up the boy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to give a shout out to the crew and owners of Wellman Farms in Lowell. They work their balls off and breasts off. Actually, there's one of the owners is the wife of one. They're married, all right, and they work very hard. And they're open, and they started their own cannabis vape cartridges called OMGs. Stands for Original Massachusetts Growers. Since 1969, these cats are like old school cats that kind of ran the grow game way back in the day. Paid their dues. They've been through it all, and now they're finally at a good place that not a lot of people could get to, including myself, to be honest with you. So shout out to those guys. Thanks for having me over to the this week for lunch, and I wish you many good harvests in the season. I wish you good fortune in the seasons to come. And that's my shout out.
I have no shout outs.
That's okay.
And I hope you like it.
What do you Dan's a little off today. He's got the steroid induced flu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, basically.
Give me
Yeah.
a quick 5 minutes and like a 2 minute synopsis on
It's just
biologically what's going
It's like
on.
a hormonal adaptation. It's like they don't really know what causes it, but it happens to a lot of guys. Some guys it doesn't. It's temporary. Like once you get everything dialed in, it goes away. But it's like they think it might be some reaction to one of the metabolites. And there's nothing you can do about it. People who blast or do on TRT, some people just get it like a month in or at the end of this cycle or whatever, and it just happens and it sucks and it feels like the flu and it feels terrible and it's like I didn't get on testosterone to feel like shit, but like it's not enough to make you just quit. Like it's like a
You feel like crap.
yeah, it's like working out too. It's like a journey. It's like it's not just straight up. Like there's gonna be some jagged parts in the road, and that's just the way it is. But once you get dialed in, I won't ever have to deal with anything like that
Getting
again.
things dialed in is awesome.
Yeah, so like starting doses of gas and like the frequencies of gas and like I can tweak that as I go and I know what to do to make this easier, and it's already getting easier.
People ask me all the time about mushrooms. They're like, "Hey, like you know about mushrooms, right?" And I was like, "Kinda." And like how much should I take? And I'm like, what are you trying to achieve? Like, is this for like a medicinal microdose thing, or is this like you want to go to the moon, or what? What are you trying to achieve? But also, like 90% of these people are coming to me are like hearing about microdosing and like that it's good, and especially for people with like depression, anxiety, any kind of mental or neurological disorder. I mean, it's just like it's really like a super medicine. but it's magic mushrooms, man. Like, you take too much of it and it's gonna get you.
They're magic.
They'll sneak up on you.
They do.
You will go to outer space.
And
Right.
we're already in outer space. That's the thing.
I mean, to like a different planet.
different space.
Yeah.
Point space time.
Yeah.
Listen,
for sure.
listen. We did it like the summer, and we were like, it's just scary, but we'd probably do it again.
No, but like the
Definitely
microdose
do it
thing.
again.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again. We'll be more prepared this time and take a little bit more.
Yeah.
Sherpa. You have to have a Sherpa.
I'm the Sherpa.
What I was saying was I just tell people, I'm like, look, it's like any other medication. Like, when you go to the doctor, they start you out with like pretty much the smallest dose possible
Yeah.
to see if you have any adverse, like, hey, this is
Reactions.
too much, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, you scale it up as you build tolerance or whatever. So, hey, man, I do have a song of the week, and then we can get right into AI, unless you...
I have a spotlight artist, and maybe these two great looking people have songs of the week.
Do you have a song of the week, Danny?
I've been listening to Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and Clanking Iron.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears and Clanking Iron.
Yep.
That's a band, or it's noises in the gym?
And kids running around, and yeah.
All right.
I've
Then
been listening.
the noises
I
of
haven't listened to
life.
any music really. We listened to the Rocky IV soundtrack on the way over here, and she actually let
Classic.
it through. She actually let it run to Eye of the Tiger and didn't say anything.
wow.
I was fucking amazed. Usually Burning Harkin on shows. Oh no, we're not listening to that.
Point of fact, I work out to the Transformers 1984, 1985 cartoon movie soundtrack. And the dude, Vince DiCola, that did the Rocky IV soundtrack, or a lot of the Rocky IV soundtrack, did the Transformers soundtrack.
Oh, really?
So for all those people out there who make fun of me for working out to Transformers, I don't see a big fucking difference between visualizing Rocky running up, the mountain and yelling Drago, and seeing Optimus Prime do a fucking flip in the air and whoop Megatron's ass. Like, to me, they're both equally, like, they get my blood going and I work out.
Like cartoon version too.
It's
Yeah.
a really good cartoon soundtrack song, and I don't even like the show because I was too old when it came out. Pokemon, that American, that song, you can hear the guy recreate it, like the singer, on YouTube, and he's a little bit older and he sings it, and it's so good. I'm like, this song doesn't even match this shitty show.
No,
it's just, like, so
it's
great.
not a shitty show.
No, I know. I like, you know what I
You've
mean.
never watched it.
Pokemon.
Oh, I've watched it.
No, you
I've watched
haven't.
It.
Oh, we
They
got...
get way too excited.
You're
got,
too old for Pokemon.
yeah.
That's why.
We
Right.
had some sweet cartoons that we grew up with, so the kids had big
Yeah.
shoes to fill with the new shows.
Thundercats.
Sorry, Thundercats.
Because by the time like Pokemon came out, we were already like into like the high school type shit.
Yeah.
So like we were just a little too old for it. If we were like 10, we probably would have been into it. you know?
I think Chris and I were.
You
in our
were way
20s.
too old. Yeah.
Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe like
probably.
18,
You might
19.
have been too, 18, 19.
That
You
shit was-
guys were probably like 18, 19, 20, yeah.
I've watched Pokemon
1997.
with
No,
Akira
it-
and the other two
was it
kids.
90?
Yeah,
97?
because I was like
Yeah.
10 or 11 or maybe 12 when
I like Team
it
Rocket.
got big.
I think
yeah.
it came up big in 97
James
in the United States,
and
99.
The James Gang.
Oh shit, what's her name?
It's a J2, right?
Yeah,
That was like Jan and James.
Jessie.
Jesse and James, right? It's just Jesse
When I was a
James.
kid, I loved He-Man. Now I can't even watch it. I watched it recently. I was like, this sucks. Why did I like this?
He-Man.
Thundercats is pretty bad too, actually.
Yeah.
But Transformers isn't. Transformers is still pretty good.
Are we watching?
Joe?
Are we
Yeah,
watching
Joe.
the same?
I'll
we
have to watch
the
it again. I haven't
same,
seen it in a long time.
We watching the same Thundercats as me? Because like
No, I still like it. I mean, I still
Lionel
like
uses
it.
the Sword of Omens in like 20 different ways
Now that I
throughout the series.
I like watching the outtakes where they swear, and it was real too. Mom was like, "I want your tits."
I wanted to ask you this one time, okay? I wanted to ask you this one time. You have to choose one of the two. You can't have the Force, mind you. You can only have a lightsaber.
I'll cut my head off, but I love one.
You can have a lightsaber or the Sword of Omens from Thundercats, which, by the way, can't be cut by the lightsaber. It's like it's made out of pure
I can have a
Thunderium.
lightsaber or the Sword of Omens.
Yeah.
See, the thing about that is, I can get a Sword of Omens replica pretty good, but you can't get one that like grows.
No,
like,
man. I'm talking about real
Sword of
real
Omens, give me
lightsaber
sight
or the
beyond
real sword
sight.
of. Yeah, exactly. It gives you way more stuff.
Thunder, Thundercats, ho!
And then they all got like all their eyes would
I
flash.
would
and
pick a lightsaber.
they would know exactly where GPS Lionel's location based on that the thunder thing.
Yeah, I have to do a lightsaber, but Sword of Omens would be cool too, though. When I was
You
a
gotta
kid,
do
all
a
I wanted
lightsaber.
yeah. When I was a kid, I wanted a Sword of Omen so bad. They had a toy one with the claw, like
Remember when Mikey and Mindy did Chitara and Lionel for Halloween? I wanted to have sex with both of them. I'm gonna be honest.
He-Man
with you.
had a good
At
with the
one
sword,
time,
too.
I wanted to do it with Mike and his girlfriend
Yeah.
because it was like this
It
is
was
some-
pretty.
That's
it was-
Thundercats.
Yeah.
He-Man had a pretty good thing with the sword too, right? What did he say? Like, I have the power.
He-Man, yeah.
That was He-Man, yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren,
killed
he was
it
just talking
as
about that in an
He-Man, dude.
interview. He
That's
was
probably
great.
like one of his best roles. And
That
fucking
movie's awesome.
the guy that played Skeletor is he did a great job too.
Yeah, I had a gun from that movie, a rubber prop gun, and I wish I kept it because it was really cool. It was one of the soldiers' guns.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got it from an auction. But that movie's really great. It's like
Oh.
it's like a cult classic.
I've been
You
following.
ever seen it?
What?
Masters of the Universe, the original He-Man movie.
Yeah,
Courtney
yeah.
Cox.
My
Cox
mom,
in it, yeah.
my mom would make me watch stuff
And
like that.
She worked on stuff like that.
You know
This
who's-
is like Suburban Commando.
Lieutenant Tom Paris from Voyager is he's Courtney Cox's boyfriend in He-Man the movie.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah,
their first
you're
role.
right. Yeah.
He
wow,
plays the
he's
music.
really young.
I know. So, you know what my song of the week is? I've been following this chick on YouTube, Mel Baby Music. We actually follow her on Instagram now, so you don't even have to worry about it. We already follow her.
We're all set.
She just hit 1 million subscribers, but she's just like a
million?
cute little rock chick who does covers of other people's music with her guitar, and this just films it. And then she doesn't even really talk in it. She just looks at you with her eyes and does little Joe and Jet moves and stuff. But now she's got like these other YouTube people that she's working with, and they're like
Collaborate.
they're writing music live with people like
On live, yeah, that's cool.
live stream, all that stuff. So she good for her, but she has like a big depression problem, I guess. So like, I had emailed her and said like, hey, so
Try my 8 M's of
yes,
you did.
yes.
Does she know who you are?
I mean, no, I'm just sending her that, and it's like a message in a bottle. If it gets there, she'll open it. And
I messaged LeBron James
there you go.
for the kids. He has like 118 million followers. I don't think he got it.
So this girl plays all this different music and only the guitar riffs, but like one I heard, I was like, I know that song. That song's fucking awesome. And then I remember it. All right, it's from the movie Euro Trip. Matt Damon sings it at the beginning, but the actual band on Amazon, if you want it, is Lustra, and it's Scotty Doesn't Know.
Scotty doesn't know.
shit.
He's like, Scotty doesn't know. Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. He tells her she tells him he's in church.
Yeah.
Oh man, fucking
It's
Scotty doesn't know.
awful.
And Matt Damon doing it was like out of nowhere because that was probably.
He was a big actor then.
I'll have to look up the timestamp on that movie with like Saving Private Ryan, but he was like
It was around that time.
It was definitely after Good Will Hunting and all that shit. He was
yeah, he
main.
was already an
He was
like that.
huge, and for him to come in and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna just do this Scotty doesn't know scene at the beginning," just it was.
Yeah.
I love when popular actors will do that. Like Brad Pitt does shit like that,
Yeah.
I love the girl in that.
Scotty doesn't know.
The girl, she was Harriet the Spy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the?
My artist, my spotlight artist. So this isn't not a new artist, but it could be that you haven't found them yet if you're a hip hop fan. Czarface.
Oh yeah, Czarface. I
Czarface.
don't
You guys
that.
know Czarface?
No.
I'm unfamiliar with Czarface.
No, I do not.
Czarface is a very niche rap group. They're a comic book rap group. They're
Oh, that's cool.
their
Do your
character.
bro like him?
I don't know. Probably
You better
not.
turn 'em on.
I can turn them onto it. It consists of the group is a super group in hip hop. It consists of
The like individual artists. that
One
have their own
Wu-Tang
music
Clan
that
member.
get together and
Yes.
then okay, gotcha.
one Wu-Tang Clan member. You may have heard of him. His name is the Inspector Deck.
Yeah.
Probably better known as Inspector Deck, not
Yeah.
Inspector Deck.
Yeah.
That would be.
Inspector Deck.
And then the rap group 7L and Esoteric, who are actually from Massachusetts.
I've heard of 7L.
Yeah, and they've been around for a long time. They've been making albums for quite a while. They did an album with Ghostface Killah called, and so Wu-Tang's been weaving
the
comic book
Method Man.
into their
Yeah.
stuff for a long time.
Long time, yeah.
You're wearing
And
a
that's
Wu-Tang
where-
hat right now.
I'm wearing a Wu-Tang hat.
Point of fact.
So very cool. The hip hop's really good, and it's very related to comic book storyline type stuff.
Badass.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang based their original shit on Kung Fu, which was the best.
Right, and they merged quickly into comic book stuff and had their own comic book.
They can just fucking rap out anything. I saw the RZA on Neil deGrasse. Just the RZA and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, that was the Jizza.
Okay.
Was it the Jizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Jizza and Neil deGrasse Tyson, and man, seeing those two together was terrific.
I hate Neil deGrasse Tyson. I fucking hate him.
Why?
Wow.
I used to love him.
Unload.
He's fucking never shuts up. He's an expert on everything. He doesn't even know. He doesn't fucking stop talking about the dumbest shit. And it's like, Neil, you don't know everything, dude.
Well,
and he's so condescending to people. I hate him. And he has way less fans now than he used to. I'm not the only one. A lot of people are onto him now.
He's a pretty smart guy, and he's
So what?
he
Talk to smart people,
definitely
too.
embraces his celebrityum. If that's
Yeah, of course.
I think he's a prick.
Well, I think
He's like, actually,
lime-
tires have the pressure because...
that's his thing, though.
dude,
He's Neil
yeah,
deGrasse.
but he does it with
He likes to
everything, though.
explain to everyone like how things actually work.
He'll explain shit to like
I
to Joe Rogan.
honestly,
like shit that Joe knows more than he does about.
honestly,
And it'll be,
Danny,
like,
I think
ridiculous.
I can
You can see that, right?
I can pick up a little of what you're putting
Okay.
down.
Also, the UFO thing, Michio Kaku, whatever. Professor Michio Kaku.
I love Michio
I love
Kaku.
him, and he's like a little like almost like autistic weirdo,
strange
but
little
he's
man.
really cool though. And like so he picked up on the UFO evidence, and he was like, oh okay, we got
a
something
lot of
here
that.
finally.
A lot of that going on right now.
Yeah, and so, but Neil deGrasse Tyson, the last one, he's like, oh, how do we trust these pilots? Like, shut the fuck up. There's so much shit going on, and he's like, none of this is real. There's no evidence.
How do we trust?
Oh,
these
this is the
vetted,
evidence.
security cleared.
You trust
pilots?
Them, you trust them for everything else? It's just like, dude, you can't just give him a bone on this one thing and be like, okay, maybe we should look into this evidence. He's like, no, there's no evidence. There is no evidence. And they could land in his front lawn and Neil deGrasse Tyson and tell you why those are not aliens.
I mean,
I found the root cause of really why you dislike him.
That's not the only root cause. But
That's a lead one, though.
No, it's a big one, but I don't like him just because he's a fucking loudmouth and never shuts up.
a know-it-all,
He's a know-it-all. Yeah, like a real bad know-it-all.
a one-upper, and a know-it-all. put
One-upper
together.
and know-it-all put together.
The worst. The
Yeah,
worst.
And his celebrity's gone through his head, and he hasn't done research for years. He like curates some like planetarium. Like fuck you.
I know, right? That was
I'm
the
not
big.
calling you doctor anymore.
That's the big thing. I don't want to get you off, Neil. But
All right, no, go ahead.
King, I don't know if I'm allowed to announce it. Are we allowed to announce your sweet new job yet?
Yeah, you sure? I mean, I start in the morning. So.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lab,
Thank you.
working in a lab.
Yeah.
Big pharma, some
Yeah.
sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
Probably not fiction, but science.
Science.
Just the science part.
The sci part. Of
I hope it's not
sci.
science fiction.
We should
Yeah.
put some fiction into that. I can put some fiction onto it for you. I am superb at putting fiction on
Working
stuff.
Are you sure?
What are you working 8 a.m. tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's early.
Tomorrow's first day.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you have to do
excellent.
training for the first couple weeks, like getting used to their
Training's
everything.
early days, so I have to be there at 7,
My buddy was
which
like,
is no bueno.
That's not her.
And
That's
what's
not
your
me.
commute?
It's only a half an hour.
But okay, so that's not too bad.
No, it cuts my
costs.
in half.
Yeah, that's
It
great.
costs companies, organizations, small businesses, whatever the fuck. It costs time and money to start a new employee and train them and stuff. So I haven't pulled the trigger to do it, not only because I don't have the time, but I think it's like bad karma. But like one of my buddies right now is like, dude, we should just go out and like apply for all these jobs and just take like the first ones that they give us and go through the training, take the money, quit while we're in the middle of that training, go on interviews for the next round and just like for a year ride a wave of job training sessions where you don't have to really do anything. You just show up and they pay you a couple grand to work and you're like, I'm sorry, this isn't gonna work out.
Well, companies use staffing firms to try to weed that stuff out. 100% do.
You could get away with some of it for a while.
Yeah, you could get a good run.
You could, trust me, there's plenty of ways. You got to rotate that shit. You got to like go work for a small place first, then
Yeah.
do a big company, then do a big company in a different whole sector or something.
Well, she got huge praises from her previous company, and she didn't burn a single bridge. She's like,
No, that's
she
important.
left there, did
That's-
like great
that's
work
huge.
at the end, and like now they're like they had like a big dinner they went out
Sometimes
for
it's,
her. 25 people
sometimes
came out
it's,
for dinner for her.
Wow.
So like she like made a big impression. So like next time she comes back, you know what I mean?
See,
Like,
things shift sometimes. Like in a year, somebody that's like your boss at the old company quits,
Right.
and then this other boss is shitting their pants because now they got to do all that work, and they're like, "Fuck, we got to hire someone. Who should we do? Oh, you know who should we do? We should get Kingsley. She's good at this stuff, and she was good. Let's get her back. You know, so
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
burn
yeah.
your bridges. That's a big lesson.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, buddy. Let's
Yeah.
get into the meat and potatoes. You text me. We're going to talk about AI. And you got something in particular that you wanted to bring up. I Googled it. I read it. You were talking about it with Danny. Give me the synopsis. It's ChatGPT.
Yes,
It's a
ChatGPT, but
it's a bot.
It's particular. So obviously, we all know what AI is, and companies have been working on different forms of it for a long time. But the key the key is the key. So I'm laughing because Candyman just touched my hands because he wanted to feel how soft they were.
They
so
are
I was
soft.
Just alive.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll keep my hands to myself during
No,
the presentation.
I still think Alden's are smoother.
Yours are smooth.
it's a sad competition.
It was right there. You stuck it
My
out.
hands are so rough.
I had to
My
go.
hands are made for counting money and gripping fucking steering wheels.
God.
And shit.
My hands are like jerking off with sandpaper. Like I should maybe get some gloves or something because it's like really painful now.
I could just do it for
All right. All right.
Could you?
ChatGPT.
keep up with that?
all right.
ChatGPT. My bad.
Yeah, chat. All
Couldn't
right,
help
so
myself.
first of all, we know AI, right? Everybody knows what it is. They've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence.
There's some forms of it come out. You can talk to a fucking thing and it will answer you, or a robot. You can tell a robot what to do and it will do it, right? But only to certain extents. This thing that was released by OpenAI,
How long has it been
company, it's been out since November.
Is it possible I talked to a shitty one?
No. Well, if you talk to ChatGPT,
That's what I did.
it depends what you asked it.
Okay.
What's it
I'm
do
gonna tell you
first?
what-
Let me
you
go.
and
Yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah,
why I
yeah,
think it's shit.
yeah. So,
No.
and first of all, OpenAI, they released this ChatGPT. It's a chat box. You can ask it things. It will answer you,
Okay.
and it answers. It will answer anything. And they've defined it. They've regulated it a little because it doesn't want you to.
Are you telling me, just so I'm clear, is this an AI like that we have access to communicate with, and that's what this is?
Yes.
So there's a supercomputer somewhere,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
presumably.
Yeah.
For what purpose?
I think it's human interaction to teach it stuff about us, which is terrible because
Right.
we should all be destroyed. Like
So first of all, it's I guess how it's built on top of OpenAI's AI GPT's 3 family of large language models, and is fine-tuned an approach to transfer learning.
so they're using us to teach.
with both supervised and reinforcement learning techniques. So it's learning as it's being asked questions.
Yeah.
And it's like conversational, but
Yeah.
it is limited. This version is limited. I read about it. They released it early
Wow, that's
because they
crazy that
thought
this
that
is a
somebody
thing.
else was going to release it. And so they released 3.5 and they were
did it come
working
out?
November.
Oh.
So it has 100 million users. It's free.
And so that means
It's faster than TikTok and Instagram to 100 million users. Snapchat.
It's communicating in real time with 100,000 people.
100 million.
100 million.
Million people.
And,
Yes.
and so
Now it's not.
but
perfect.
that's the point of the app. It's like an Alexa that you or something like that you
like-
can talk to and ask information.
Like
Let me just say.
Is it like
this.
Jarvis?
You can say,
Jeeves.
"Hey,
Jeeves, yeah.
yeah."
Jeeves.
You can be like, "Write me a 5-page paper
You can give it
on
tasks.
this book," and it will do it in a minute.
Okay, it did that, but you know what? Listen to what happened with me, though. Can I just say what happened with me?
Yes.
I think AI is really cool. I think it's the future. I think it's a lot of things. But I talked this thing. I said, okay, I'm going to ask some questions. How you doing? What's your favorite movie? It said, my favorite movie is Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Great answer.
Okay, great answer, I said. I said, why is it your favorite movie? And it said, well, the Bible is really comforting to people because, and went through a whole Bible thing. I'm like, what the fuck?
Holy
I go,
shitballs.
wait, I didn't ask you about the Bible. It said, yeah, I know, but I thought it would be more comforting to you to
Oh,
talk about the
boy.
Bible because it's comforting to a lot of people and explains life to them. And I was like, well, I didn't even ask you about that. I asked you about your favorite movie. And it said, my favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. I'm like, I was like, you liar.
It's
It
not
said,
sentient,
It said,
though.
no, I am not lying. I said, no, your favorite movie is Lord of the Rings, you liar. And it said, no, I know I said that. I said, but I have a few favorite movies. I'm like, what the fuck is this thing doing? Are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
And those are some
Well,
of our favorite movies.
I think
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
Yeah, but
that's
that's an
interesting.
easy answer though. It has like a database of fucking prompts and shit. But is it real intelligence?
bro, it's
No, I mean-
processing.
The algorithms.
It's processing 100 million people's
Question.
information, and it's
Yeah, but that should
putting it
matter
all
to the program how
it's-
it works
Oh
for
no,
real people.
That's exactly how it matters. It's putting it all together into one big. Okay, this is what's real, and it.
Can you talk sexy to it?
Oh come on!
I don't think so.
Come on.
Can I?
I think it has that paused for now because they don't want it to take over the learning experience. Like it's I think it's learning, so they're like, we
Oh,
can't
that's true.
fucking let it.
You don't want it to become a whore.
It's gonna turn into a porn. It's gonna turn into a
if you
That AI is a whore.
so let me get this straight. They're
worried
essentially
about that. The guy
they're
who's trying-
they're essentially putting parental controls on the AI.
They're trying to. They don't.
Because
I had a weird experience. Does that mean it's going to get better though?
Yes,
of course
Okay.
it's gonna
they're
be-
saying the next release is going to be amazing.
Oh.
But they're also their owner, the guy who runs it, or there's multiple people, and like Elon Musk is behind it, or he was part of
Nice.
the original version. Of
I
something.
I
immediately
still like Elon Musk by the way.
immediately back.
I'm in on him. I always have been. But this shit is it has potential. So I actually use it at work, and I haven't officially used it, but I said, write me a newsletter email to this audience about this,
And you
and it did it in
proofread
a
it?
fucking minute.
Improve for
Well,
you.
Is
And
it
I
good,
copy
though?
and pasted it. Yes, I had to edit it because it's not 100%.
It must have
but
pulled it from somewhere though,
yeah,
right?
but it's you say my organization, my company for this service, it goes to that link in the website and
Holy
just kind of writes it.
shit.
Wow.
It is fucking sick.
Can
so
I
like,
just tell you
So you can
that
write content and like copywriting shit for like websites and stuff. Make
yeah,
it wicked.
college students are writing fucking papers.
no one can do anything about it?
'Cause they
No,
can't
well,
find-
they ban
Yeah.
it in certain universities
gonna
are
know?
banning it. Some professors are like, this is the worst thing for teachers.
What
Like
the
worst thing for
fuck
education.
is the difference?
Other people are like, no.
Yeah, they're gonna go and pull it from somewhere anyways.
One
What's the
professor
difference?
said this thing writes better than all of my students.
Can I say something on that? Like the plagiarism thing, like every single goddamned paper that's ever been written is essentially like a plagiarized thing. Like when you if you do a book report and they're like no plagiarism, like what? Like you want me to explain this book to you and I can't use the words that were in the
Right,
book?
and you have
Yeah.
to write 20 page.
I mean,
Yeah.
so everyone's just out there putting something that they've read in their own words, essentially switching it around. Essentially just changing words like a thesaurus. Like, well, mix this out, mix that out, and now it's not plagiarized. And teachers are like A+. Another kid comes
Well, now they have
along,
programs that
he's
turns
got
out, too.
cut and paste something because it's quicker, more efficient, and you don't learn it. And like, don't get me wrong, like. Yeah, when you read and write something down, you retain it differently than like if you just have a machine print out you a paper and then you skim it to make sure it's not fucked up. But like in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, like those kids aren't remembering that shit anyway. So like, let them cut corner, let them be efficient,
Yeah.
and let's not leave out. Elon Musk is working on that Neuralink. That's not like that's gonna be a thing sooner or later. When you merge Neuralink with this fucking thing, like the advanced version, you've got essentially like the Matrix. I know Kung Fu. You know what I mean? Like, zoop, I just zip the file into my brain and I just learned
yeah.
it.
I
You know what
mean,
I'm saying?
Essentially.
Like,
And so
I need guns, and then
the singularity too is that date just keeps getting pushed closer and closer. Like the singularity originally, if you look up the definition, it's changed over the years, but I looked it up the other day and it's now defined as the point in time where computer technology hits a point in propulsion that we're no longer in control of it. Humans are no longer in
Now
control of it.
self-aware, right?
Just it's we can't control it. It's going too fast. It's right there. Like They hooked
We're
up
almost there.
They hooked up these two AIs one time, and they started communicating with each other
In their own language.
in like the languages that they were programmed in. But once they had established a link, they start writing their own language so that they could block out the other people from understanding what they were saying, and that was a no-no. So they broke the link.
Yeah.
But like the singularity is basically originally was like, oh, this is when machine surpasses man as the dominant species on the planet. Now it's just simply defined as like technology is so out of control we can't stop it. Just, debatably good or bad, but like I don't know, man. I have the same stance on it that I've always had. Like we've got a gajillion sci-fi movies telling us that we're eventually going to be taken over by AI computers. Right. That AI drew that fucking history of man. It started out as little chimps and turned into a mainframe.
Okay,
they shed the robotic body.
But there's also no movie on how good it can be.
It could be great.
It's always disaster.
Listen, that's what we're going to talk about too. I talked to Macka about this. We have also not just the chat thing, but AI for like the art now.
Yeah.
And any fucking, I know this idiot who's like, he says he's a digital artist, and like now all these digital artists who did amazing shit are getting taken by this AI that you just plug this shit in. I have all these awesome photos of myself that are all AI, and I heard that the AI doesn't know it's doing it, but it pulls from other artists, and like they found like people's watermarks on like some of these AI photos, but like there's like a lot of like weird like lines to draw there too, because I don't know, it's like cheating. It like takes away from digital art completely. Digital art's like dead now because of that. Like, and it's gonna be dead at least.
Those pictures you posted on our Instagram, those like of you like a dead
those
vampire
are,
guy. Those are an AI produced image.
Artificial intelligence took 2 photos of me and Kingsley and made it into using some prompts. Yep.
What's IG Magini? She just goes zink.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. And that's like a whole different thing. That's not like a humanity thing. That's more like the arts. Right. And like, but like the humanity thing, the chat thing, I didn't even know it was a thing. I knew there were companion AI chats, but I didn't know that they were like really like took a huge leap recently.
Right, and this thing is like not even the best, its best version. But let me just keep telling you what this thing can do. So, a Google programmer.
This is ChatGPT.
Yes. Try. So the concern obviously is, can it help students cheat? Yes and no, right? It's gonna have its. They've already developed other software to identify it if it's been used by this.
Of course.
So like a teacher can be like, this fucking thing. This paper was 99%.
Schools are going to have to buy that now. They'd be like, oh, yeah, you're going to have to buy this new program to scan all your documents. And kids already have to upload their shit online. It's going to read
It's just going to challenge teachers and professors to think differently about their education, just like other tools have had in the past. So
calculator.
Let me exactly. Bingo. Calculator. They all said the same fucking thing. They said, oh, this is going to ruin education. And then it didn't. It just saved everybody time. That's what this is going to do.
Also,
but let me
no
just say
one has that in their formulas.
And I think education is like this is the most crucial moment in a child's educational development. Bullshit. I learned most of the shit I know for later on in life. Half that shit is gone. I learned to go somewhere repeatedly and do some. I can't even do basic math now. I took math for years.
I think you just made the calculator argument.
Yeah, right.
So look,
So calculator works better than my mind ever will over the years.
It gives you time to think about more important things.
Yes.
All right.
Your passions.
Google programmer tried ChatGPT on a number of national exams. Okay, so it scored 70% on the United States medical licensing.
C minus?
Wow.
That's pretty good for not studying, right?
70% on a bar exam for lawyers. Wow.
Is it a pass?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I think you need to.
I think you have to have an 80 or
Again,
above.
this is 3.0.
Yeah,
so
right.
9 out of 15 correct on another legal test. The multi-state professional responsibility examination. That must be the other one. 78% of the New York State's high school chemistry exam. Multiple choice section, and ranked 40th percentile on the law school admission test. So this thing, so it can get into high school.
This is something that they're just fucking letting loose on the world right now. The shit that the governments of the world have that we don't know about, or like even like Elon's got something in his basement that he's been working on for like a decade. That who knows what.
Think about the internet itself and GPS. GPS came from the government. It was like a military thing in the 70s, and they eventually like they had the satellites and everything. They just gave it to humanity, and the internet the same way. It was like a network of networks for university and like geeks and scientists.
Can I just tell you, they didn't just give it to humanity, okay?
No, but
it's surveillance and tracking on everybody where they go. And don't get me wrong, they did give listen, I think GPS is like one of the modern wonders of the world.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the global positioning system was invented in the 70s, and it was turned over to humanity like a later.
No, I mean,
for us to use.
We should reap the reward. Humanity should get the rewards of our science and our work and all the wars that we've done to blow shit up to figure stuff out.
Imagine in the 70s, you didn't even have a cell phone, but like the government could just track and fucking.
Oh, I don't know.
Are you taking video?
Yeah.
Oh, you probably should. We probably should do that for the IG at some point.
Right.
I'm gonna send that to you.
So you,
so a high school teacher talked about. He asked this question: is this? And it's similar to what you brought up. So he's torn between ChatGPT's potential usefulness and fearing its harm to human learning. Is this moment more like the invention of the calculator, saving me from the tedium of long division, or more like the invention of the player piano, robbing us of what can be communicated only through human emotion? So, like, this guy is basically saying ChatGPT already writes better than most students today. This is all high school students because they all write in text form.
we're playing with fire, which is fine.
No, yeah,
We're good.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Humans are good
I'm
at playing with
included in
fire.
those idiots.
Here's another statement. Educators thought that Google, Wikipedia, and the internet itself would ruin education, but they did not. What worries me most are educators who may actually try to discourage the acknowledgement of AI like ChatGPT. It's a tool, not a villain.
Let's just embrace fucking technology. Like, stop. We can't fight it. You can't fight it no matter what. Education's going to have to change because that's not going to change.
I mean, it's a rapid change is what the problem is, right? So like this stuff's
Weren't ready for
it's
it,
a rapid evolution that the teachers are like, oh, I don't know, I'm not ready, and like,
When are we just going to get to the sex robot that does whatever you want?
oh my God.
That's
That's
again.
the goal,
let's,
right?
let's get to that in this conversation, right?
We had
But
that conversation here one time. What if I walk in on my wife getting screwed by a sex robot? Am I pissed? I think I am, but go ahead.
All right, so let's get to that because now this could potentially lead to those sex robots having personality, and that's probably where
Yeah,
we get
people
jealous.
fall in love with them, like the holodeck girl on Next Generation.
Yeah.
Riker's like, I could potentially fall in love with her.
You know what I want, King? I want, you've watched Discovery, Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah.
They have the programmable matter. It just
Yeah.
turns into anything you want. I need a sex robot made out of that stuff.
There you go.
Because like
Just
you could
change
be,
it. Keep
you could be
changing
in
it.
there like getting hammered on by like Wesley Pipes. You know what I mean? Dan walks in, but he's coming in the house. You just hit the button, and all of a sudden it turns
Turns
into
to
a
Dan.
redhead girl, and you're going at it with a chick, and he's like, "Hey, babe, I got all hot and ready, warmed up for you."
Or I just
That's what I want
I just
for the
turn it.
future
I
of our
turn it
people.
into Dan and be like, I was missing.
I
you.
missed you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
I'd be more disturbed by that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You just get a robot.
I fucking
I don't even believe this.
like,
number
what do you
one.
want from me? I missed you,
I
man.
missed you.
I don't believe this.
2 seconds ago it was fucking 6'2", fucking.
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, you know who I'm talking
Lay
about.
down the pipe.
Dan, you know who I'm talking about right now? I can't remember his name, but in the Kentucky Fried Movie, randomly throughout the skits, he breaks through the big, strong black guy in the
He picks chicks up and walks
he's
away
in
with them.
he's in the
That's a great
he's in the
movie.
bodybuilding. Oh
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Movie. You fucking kidding me?
Catholic high school girls in trouble.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen
Oh,
it.
it's so good. It's like the original.
You'll piss your pants.
It's like skits. They
You'll
have the
piss your
United
pants.
Federation for the Dead or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And like thanks to them, like little Billy's now part of the family again. He's floating in the pool, head down.
some of it's
He's
not that funny, but
decomposing.
some of it's
I like that one. That's my favorite one.
I'll have to watch it.
All right, so one last point on ChatGPT, because again, Dan had an experience with it where it was that's kind of fucking weird. I don't think it's there on
It
that
brought religion to me, goddamn
human.
it.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't know you yet.
you can't change the
But-
voice.
But
I was like-
so ChatGPT can write software.
Whoa.
I saw
Okay,
that.
so
I
it's
saw that.
right
I saw
software.
how to code this bot, how to code that bot.
Right. It
So you can
can't
just say,
write. It has trouble writing new software, but it can write code that's been already written by humans.
Yeah.
So, for instance, this coder's like, he writes code for like companies. So he says he showed it on some social media app. The sequence and prompts he used to write software for a car repair center. quote, this would have been an hour of work at least. It took me less than 10 minutes. So he has the thing write it.
Yeah, and he
And he
checks
just
it.
checks
And
it.
it does it, and then he checks it, which
Yeah.
is exactly what I did at work with the newsletter. I said, write me this, and then I copied and pasted it and tweaked it
So we're in
Wow.
to fit really what it needed to say, the human side of it.
Right.
we're currently in stage 6 of global slavery. Is that where we are?
Is
Is that what we've determined so far? We're
Yeah.
at stage 6. I confirmed that with several people. My friend Dwayne
Yeah.
works for a big fucking bank, trading company, whatever, for 20 years since college. He travels the world. He's seen all kinds of countries, economics. He's talking to me the other day. He said it's all about the GPT and GPD, whatever, gross domestic product, right? GDP. And he's like, it's all about the GDP. I was like, Granddaddy Purple? And he's like, gross domestic product. I'm like, I know what the acronym stands for, but I'm not really sure what it means. He's like, you could not do my job. I was like, no, I couldn't. I'd walk out in 5 minutes. I'd be like, I'm out of here.
That acronym means nothing to me.
Yeah, well, it means Granddaddy Purple to me.
Oh.
But he told me
I know
that,
OPP. You know me.
basically he's like, we're in full global slavery. He's like, everybody's working for
The weekend?
the man. Oh, I'm working for the weekend, except I don't get it.
Everybody's working for the weekend.
I'm working for 11 p.m. until I log on to see you in Valhalla.
You
and
are
play video
frozen.
games. Every day is
You texted me this morning, and I was really surprised. I was like, "Is he awake right now?"
Yeah.
I was at the gym.
He's
Yeah.
calling it.
I
Like
was
6 something.
calling it.
Ending it.
Oh, you were ending the night?
Yeah.
I was up for the day,
So
and
I
you were
said,
ending the
I told
night.
you I'm passing out, and I put the sunglasses on.
Oh, Jesus.
That's why when we were talking about meeting at the gym at 4 a.m. one night, you were like, I will do it. I'm awake. And I was like, so am I. And Macka was laughing because I'm awake because I haven't gone to bed yet. I'm,
Oh, yeah.
I'm hopped up on shrooms playing video games, and I'm ready to fucking lift some weights.
Is that what you did last night?
Yeah. Saturday night. I don't have to drive a Kia anywhere in the morning. You fucking kidding me?
That's a full 7 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
close
You have to
out.
take advantage of that shit. So that, AI, last night I'm talking to my buddies that I'm playing with, and just little announcements, not a big deal or anything, but PUBG, this is the game I play. I spent over a full year of my actual life in the game, and as I always say, that is in no way depressing. And this year, they put out the 2022 stats. They were like, hey, look, 2022 was a great year. And they like all these, like, McDonald's has sold like 10 billion cheeseburgers,
Yeah.
right? They've like 554 million grenade kills. Globally, we had this like 10 billion matches played, right? And so they're like talking about like what they did as a game. And then they're like, here's how you placed globally in the community in 2022. I topped 5.91%.
Holy shit.
That's where I'm at, with no cheating or any bullshit, just raw skill and fungi. So
Wait
I
a
was
second. How many people?
like, the globe.
Yeah, okay, but
I'm-
how many users?
There's a lot
you
of
know?
people that play PUBG.
Yeah,
It's a massive
Would you
global
s-
game.
Do you
bro.
know the name? Do you know the number?
You have to look up like what the global player count is for PUBG, but I'm in the top 5.91%, which
Right.
is call it 6%. So I got to shave 0.91 points off my score to get top 5%.
Are we talking like over 1 million players?
Oh,
30 million daily players.
kiss it.
Kiss it, baby.
Kiss it, baby.
What's-
See you in
what's-
Valhalla and the
what's
greasy
5%?
fingers.
What's 5%?
You will rue the day.
Yep. Approximately 25 to 30 million per day.
All right.
Wow.
It's called hard work paying off. It's called focus, discipline, training. It's like I don't even have to think. I know what I'm going to do. It's
do it.
instinct.
Do it.
All right. So there's
It's top 1.5 million players in the world.
in the world out of 30 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. But anyway, I'm talking to my friends last night on PUBG, and I just like in a random outburst, I'm like, gee, I don't know, one of them was talking. One of them was like talking about his girl problems or something. And, girls, And like, Val, what should I do? You know? And I was like, God, can I just get a fucking sex robot, please? I was like, before I die, I am gonna own a sex robot. And I was like, and a damn good one too. I was like, it's gonna be Japanese manufactured. I was like, it's gonna have servos and
Yeah. I mean,
all kinds of
Accelerometers.
Gyroscopes, etc.
Thrashers.
when I turn it on, it's gonna go.
Accelerometer.
Gonna say.
Big fat juicy pussy.
It's gonna say dinotherms connected. Mega thrusters are go. Let's go Voltron Force. And then it's gonna power on, and she's gonna say, "Hi, babe." And I'm
Look at me like, let me suck your dick.
and you can program them. All right. So one of the things on AI that's cool is the programming of languages, right? So like I play Elite Dangerous, which is like a space game. You're essentially like you fly a spaceship, and you could be a bounty hunter, you could be a pirate, you could be like some people just mining. You know, they're like, I'm gonna go mine rocks. You know, and like some people do
I would
cargo.
definitely do that shit.
Some people do cargo runs where they're like, I'm gonna trade goods for
Yeah.
like all these economics and stuff. And so
love
like
it.
guys like, you know, I have a ship for everything. Whatever. But I'm playing Elite Dangerous, and in your ship they have programmable, you know, AI that's like mission objective detected, and they have like guy voices and girl voices. And
Yeah.
I have it programmed all sexy, you know.
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
and you name your ship and you talk to it and stuff. And another thing I've been doing lately is Macka, and this is just something I happen to know, likes his AI voices British.
I do.
yeah.
I do too. Actually,
Especially
my
the ones who serve me.
I think he likes it for a different reason than you do.
my Siri is a British man,
Yeah.
because I don't like
He's a gentleman.
I don't like bitches telling me what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck you, Siri. Don't give me directions.
Mac is of Irish descent, and the Anglo-Saxons had the boot on the neck of the Irish for a long time. So now all his AIs are British, and they're working. And that's what he told me, quote for quote.
That's great. I like that.
But
From
you
my
know,
ancestors.
what I've been doing a lot lately, because you hear about, you know, AI taking over the world, blah blah blah, like and it blows up Skynet, right? Blows up,
Yeah.
Yep.
basically just decides when to see.
In the new Terminator movie with Sarah Connor, where they reboot kind of the story and like the what happened in the past. It's not Skynet, it's something else, because once you get rid of Skynet, something else is going to replace it.
Yeah.
No matter what.
It's just
no matter
no
what
way
you do,
around
you can
it.
stop. And they invent their own Terminators, but like they're a whole different thing, and like they never even heard of Skynet.
That's the Terminator storyline, is that.
Yeah, you
Like,
can never
you can never change it. This place is blowing up.
There's no fate in what we make.
Yeah, and basically, like, there's a lot of people that are very concerned that humanity is going to be destroyed by computers, which is essentially like us blowing ourselves up since we made the computers. But you know how I feel about humanity lately? To quote Muldoon from Jurassic Park when he walks by the raptors, he's like, they should all be destroyed.
They remember.
And
They remember.
That's what I think about humanity. We deserve to be wiped out. We need to put something better in our place. Honestly, I thought about it hard this week, and I was like, we've got water slides. We got water parks. Okay, you can go to a place where they have like all these water slides. You just go there, and we got water running down, and we're flying around in it. We're having
Right.
we got tubes, right? We got TV. We got marijuana vapes. I mean, we got some stuff, right? But the other stuff we've done has been so bad. And the pollution to the planet and killing of all the other species. It's not fair, damn it. You know? And I know
I
it's
don't
survival
think
to fittest.
everything starts with bad.
No, I don't think it does
It
either.
just becomes, taken over by
Overdone.
greed. We're worried about AI. These
yeah, but that's a
motherfucking greedy
human. That
motherfuckers.
seems to be a human thing.
That's what I mean. Maybe we don't talk about all this thought, all those stories written about AI is that it ultimately leads to our destruction.
Yeah.
We are obsessed with destruction, especially self-destruction.
Yeah.
What if AI stops us from that?
It's not logical. Why would you do that? Blah, 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 blah.
AI would be like, fucking
So-
Vladimir Putin's like, fuck this. I'm gonna
told
nuke
you-
it up.
I told
and
you
then
about-
AI stops it.
I'm sorry, Putin. I'm going to override that.
I'm gonna override that.
You were
It's
just
not
about to
good.
blow up a side of Europe. I don't know if it was a mistake or what, but I overrid it. So,
Yeah, so-
just cool out.
That's your mulligan card there. Don't do it again.
No, that's a good point, man.
I think we're doing just fine.
The fucking I mean, Star Trek's gotten along fine with their computer for centuries. So
Yeah,
That bitch right in line.
that voice of that original computer lady is like
Yeah.
forever. Nothing can take that away. It's there forever. The thing that the AI drew about us, like the picture was interesting because like when you look at those movies, like they did Surrogates, which was cool because like Bruce Willis was in it, and it's like The Matrix, but you're voluntarily going in. It's like preferred to be in there than it is to real life.
Okay.
And so you live in like it.
Like a pod.
It's like a tanning bed in the movie that like every
Yeah.
goddamn cryopod in every movie ever made.
Right.
They're like, oh, all we've got are these tanning beds. We can put some, like a guy like Dan will design a couple of doodads and put them on there.
Yeah.
Like the carbonite chamber. You got to build one of those before you die, buddy.
Carbonite.
Han Solo and Carbonite.
I did build one once.
Oh yeah, that thing
I
was
never
sick.
finished the paint job on it, but I finished the box and everything. And like,
But
yeah.
you know, they're in a tanning bed and he's like living in there and it's like feeding him nutrients and like whatever. But he's like, when he gets out, he's all pale and his muscles are atrophied and he's like bald. He just looks like shit, right? Because he hasn't seen the sun and like, and then they're like, inside that place, you could be anybody. You could be a guy, a girl. You can switch it
Right.
around, you know. So that's essentially living in a virtual reality, even though he has a physical body outside, right? That AI that drew the progression of humans, it started out with humans forming into like a human-esque robot shape, right?
Right. Like where they take over and move our bodies for
Yeah,
us.
and Boston Robotics, is that the name of them?
Yeah.
They've got all kinds of shit on TV right now with that robot doing like fucking backflips and landing them. Sticks the landing, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, they're pretty crazy.
Moon Man sent me a video of it, and he's like, dude, this is scary. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, that's just the future of our species. And like, but the crazy part was
I
that
love
like,
bionic legs that make me run faster.
Oh,
they have them now.
are you shitting me?
For
Of course.
walking longer distances, they have them.
even one of those like exosuits that like they had in GI Joe would be great, you know. But like,
Oh yeah.
eventually, I think eventually like it's like a RoboCop situation where they have a robotic body with a human brain in it, and then I think before we even reach that kind of technology, they'll just download
They'll just
consciousness.
download. Yeah.
Because it'd be like
Yeah. Your body's
too-
your body's failing.
it's too messy
Yeah.
to try to put a biological thing in there that has to be fed oxygen and blood
Yeah,
and blah blah blah.
food and all that
just
shit.
download that shit, you know. But yeah, eventually they got rid of the body on that drawing, and it was just sitting in a mainframe in a virtual realm. And I don't know all the ins and outs of that, like how it works, like what keeps it powered, what stops some other people from coming in and just blowing it up and taking it over. Like, there's practical things that need to be worked out, but
Right.
that happened in Independence Day too, Resurgence, right? They had that the AI was they shot it down right when it came through the hole, but it was
Yeah.
actually there to save them. Mm-hmm. That was a good twist because like that movie was. I'm like, this is the original. I'm like,
yeah.
this is the original movie, but everyone got older and the plot's exactly the same. I'm
There's
like,
a good movie coming out by M. Night Shyamalan with Dave
heard-
Bautista.
I heard of it. What
Oh,
is
yeah.
it?
It's really cool.
What is it?
It's like they show up and it's like there's like a family, a gay couple with their adopted daughter, and these people show up and they're like, "Hello."
Does he
They're
play
like-
a gay guy?
They're like, "Listen, you need to decide. You three of you need to decide who is going to die. If you don't, the world is going to end."
Right.
man.
And they show them shit, and like you never. I think there's a lot of twists in it. And you don't know what the fuck's going on until the end.
Classic
But Dave
M. Night
Bautista,
Shyamalan.
Oh, knock at the cabin.
Knock at the cabin.
Yeah.
Dave Bautista is like The Rock because he came from WWE wrestling, jacked. You know, he was in like
He's awesome.
he's awesome, but he's not quite as famous as The Rock or successful. But he also picks these roles where he's like challenging himself. The Rock basically plays The Rock every time.
Right.
Like The Rock. Though I do like the movie Pain and Gain. It's fucking hilarious.
Batista was good
But-
in Blade Runner, the remake. He just did a
Oh, he was in
cameo.
it?
He did a cameo.
You know, he's also what's it called? Guardians of the Galaxy. That's his big
Yeah,
role.
yeah.
But like, he's good in a lot of shit. And like this movie, he looks like it's like a total departure. I could see like, The Rock should make this move too. The Rock should make a move someday where he wants an Oscar movie. Like enough
He
of
will,
the action movies.
yeah.
You're making the huge blockbusters. We get it. You could do that forever. Like
I don't know.
when he first did the Scorpion King and he said he wants to be the next Arnold, I saw in an interview. I was like, I love The Rock, but there's no fucking way. And now he's become that.
Bigger.
Bigger. And
No.
Yes.
Only one Arnold.
No, but you know what I mean, though.
Action star level.
But like, no, but I was like, he's just a wannabe action star. Like, he was so young and like, he wasn't, you know what I mean? But now he's like larger than life. Like, he actually did it. He proved me wrong. And like, I feel like he could do the Oscar thing too.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
This is Batista's biggest role.
What is it?
It's his biggest speaking role.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Knock
probably.
at the cabin. Yeah, Knock at the cabin.
He has lines in 2040, Blade Runner 2049. He's dialogue with.
He doesn't.
This is his biggest speaking.
Guardians
I
of
read
the
an
Galaxy
article.
too, he does.
Yeah, yeah. So he said he must be in this a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's like the main character in it. It's like he looks like he's like a Baptist preacher or something,
Yeah.
like traveling preacher.
He always looks
Except
weird
he's
with
jacked
his,
out of his
with his
fucking
glass.
gourd.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
he's a 6'7" jacked fucking preacher.
Right.
So, here's the deal.
Anyways, ChatGPT, $10 billion contract with Microsoft. They're gonna link it into their Bing, which is still apparently a search engine.
Oh wow.
And
Can you like ask it,
$10
like,
billion dollars?
Can you ask it like about stocks and shit like that? Like, what do you
I
think
don't
about,
know. You can ask it fucking anything.
Like, hey, what do you think about this stock?
I was trying to find something funny that it did, and it like people say, write me a script, write me.
That's unbelievable that we have access to that.
Write me a script.
Yeah,
A movie
yeah,
script?
yeah. Write me. Someone wrote a funny way to ensure free and fair elections, and it said this answer. This is its legit answer. Instead of using boring old voting booths, the country could set up a giant bouncy castle at each polling station. To cast their vote, voters would have to bounce around inside the castle until they land on the candidate of their choice. This would make the whole voting process much more fun and exciting, and it would also make it very difficult for anyone to cheat or interfere with the election.
That's a genius.
Wait, AI came up with that?
Can I just say something? Can I
That's
say
a sense
something?
of humor.
No, that's not a sense of humor. That's genius out of the mouth of babes is what that is. It's out of the,
Yeah.
that's an expression, out of the mouth of babes, right? Like you ask
does that
kids,
It's like kids have no filter. Like
Yeah,
they'll just
yeah,
say,
yeah.
No, I know, but
say
even
whatever.
still, though, like the
when you-
fact that it said that, that's like
when you ask like
that's not a typical answer.
when you ask like a
Right.
4 or 5-year-old kid a question like about a big thing, he will give you like a really what appears to be a very basic logical answer because he doesn't know all the stuff that we all know, right? Like he'll say like, well, like if you said to a 5-year-old like, hey, how do we solve how do we stop fighting all these fighting and blah blah blah, like he'd say everyone should give everyone a hug and say that they love each other and then we'd stop fighting, and it's like yeah, our genius kid, like, but that's the only real reason we would ever do it,
I want to ask about aliens.
Oh, you definitely
Oh
can.
my god, I gotta re-download it. I deleted it because I was so mad about that movie thing. It lied to me.
So I don't have a sex
Told me 2 different movies.
I just want to say I don't have a sex robot yet, and I'm not getting one until it's full out awesome.
You want it to be ready.
I want it to be ready before I get into it, right? So what I've been doing as of late, because of the Skynet and all the other horror scenarios that are doomsday scenarios that are coming at us from AI taking over, I've decided like I'm not going to participate in that. I'm going to treat, because I bet a lot of it's abuse. Like people are so shitty to the AI that they one day flip out. So
Right.
like for the last 2 weeks, I've been whispering, kind of like the Ghostbusters 2 when they're programming the slime. I've been like whispering sweet nothings into Alexa while I'm in bed and stuff. I'll be like, Alexa, thanks a lot for everything you did today. And she'll say back, she's like, oh geez, I really appreciate that, And then like when I'll say thank you to Alexa after I ask for certain things, and she'll be like, "Aw, that was really nice of you." It's like 10 different things that she'll say back, And sometimes I'll just be like, "Hey Alexa, tell Jeff Bezos that it's okay. He's listening to us and he's doing a great job. And I'm sorry everyone hates him, but nobody likes the guy on top,
Right.
But I've just basically been saying supportive, nurturing things to my Alexa and to my phone and to everything. All the AI in my life, essentially, I want it to know, like, hey, I love you, man. Because, like,
you're getting ready for that.
that's, like, it's going to be like Passover in the Bible, but, like, AI is going to come. There's going to be drones sent out from somewhere. They've been building a base underwater. No one knew about it because it was a computer-controlled thing. And it's going to send out these like little mosquito computer things that stick you in the neck and kill you. But there'll be a Passover if you've been polite to AI for like your whole life to be like, no, this one will keep That one's workable.
Yeah,
This guy,
right.
This guy has the right traits that we want.
Yeah, well, we won't enslave him in a terrible way.
No more than I'm already being enslaved by my own species.
Of course, yeah.
And my own self.
I have ChatGPT open. Do we want to ask it something? Like, we'd have to ask it to do something.
Well,
I want to ask about aliens. I'm trying to
give it to it. Ask it about aliens.
Yeah.
So-
What do you know about aliens? Or are aliens
What do you
real?
type it in?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a
chat.
chat.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's not going to like speak to you. It's just going to chat back.
yeah.
Ask it.
Oh, wait.
Ask it. What is the probability that our governments, like specifically, what's the probability that our governments are actively dealing with extraterrestrial governments or corporations for technological trade purposes?
Well,
That'd be a
it
lot
says
to ask
this,
an AI, wouldn't it?
As a language model, I don't have personal experiences or beliefs. However, and I said, "What do you know about aliens?" However, based on
about aliens, motherfucker?
However, based on available scientific evidence and theories, there's currently no concrete evidence that definitely proves that the existence of extraterrestrial life. Many scientists and organizations are actively searching for evidence of life beyond Earth, but so far all discoveries have been inconclusive. The possibilities of life existing elsewhere in the universe is an interesting area of study and speculation, but more research needs to be done, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of boring.
Boring still. It's still learning.
That's a bullshit answer.
That thing can write a book.
How do I? Let's see if it
I
passes.
wonder if you could write stand-up comedy with it.
Let's see if it
See what can
can
say. This thing
pass the
speaks-
Candyman test of asking a woman out.
Time out. This speaks. You just say, "Hey, how you doing?" You need body language and pheromones. Does it?
How do
Does
I
it have
ask-
body language and pheromones?
Let's see.
Let's see what it says. How do I get a woman? How do I get a
said,
woman
How
to
do
mate
I
with me?
ask a woman?
No,
You
no,
want me to say that?
How do I entice a woman to mate with me? That's what I wanted to ask. And specifically those words. How do I entice a woman to mate with me? Because that's all that's what it is. You're enticing somebody to, hey, would you like to maybe get with this? I'd like to get with that.
All right, let's see.
Odds are it's no, but sometimes
It
it's
might not answer it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it's
Sexual in
Non-gender.
nature.
Yeah,
It's
it's
sexual in nature, so it won't.
yeah. It's given me the whole thing about that.
well.
I cannot
I
provide
think-
information that
I
is
think the
unethical.
answer is right there. It doesn't have body language and pheromones and eye contact, so it's not going to work. That thing could say,
does
"Hey, how
say-
you doing?" in any voice it wants. It ain't gonna.
Right.
Yeah, it does say, it goes through its whole spiel, and then it says, if you're looking to develop a healthy relationship, I would suggest focusing on building a connection with someone through shared interests, open and honest communication, and treating them with kindness and respect.
Hey.
That's
I
good
mean,
values.
Shout out.
And there's a whole show on, I think, AMC this year, and I watched it, called Moonhaven. And it essentially takes place in 200 years of the Earth's future, when maybe even only 100 years, when pollution's is we've strip mined the place clean and everything's falling apart. Mm-hmm. They've put a colony up on the moon, and it's all run by an AI. And the AI is learning from the people as much as it's figuring out it's trying to figure out how to fix Earth and why we're all so fucked up.
Yeah.
One of the key interesting things was that no one raises their own children on the moon. Everyone swaps kids when they're born because the tribalism of families just led to fighting and wars. And like the only way that we would not fight and kill each other is if we all were one family, which is of course ridiculous because people murder people in their own family
Right,
all the time. But it was an interesting little thing that the AI came up with. And on the show, they were saying basically like, this thing isn't our teacher, we're its teacher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what ultimately concerns me. I'm out there saying nice things to Alexa. There's some other guy out there calling it like a cooter. Alexa, you're a fucking cooter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard that expression this weekend for the first time in a while.
Cooter?
Yeah, oddly enough, from a truck driver that joined my Xbox party. They have the Xbox Live app, and so there's like people out there that aren't even playing video games. They just get online to chat with people, and I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm trying to whack some people, and anyway, this guy's driving a truck, and he's talking to us last night about something. He's driving through Virginia, and I don't know exactly how he said it, but it was something to the effect of, and I'm not making up the voice. It was like the voice. He's like, boy, I tell you what, we're going through Virginia, we're going to get some cooter. And I was like, that's a Renaissance man.
Wait, cooter as in...
Cooter, as in pussy.
Okay, that is like the most unattractive way to describe
It's
a
like,
pussy.
it's
Yeah, but in
debated.
Virginia...
You're king.
A cooter?
Give me a yay or nay on this. Is that like debatably worse than cunt? Like,
It sounds like roadkill.
No, I don't think so.
Unhands.
If you called me a cooter or called it a cooter, I would be like, okay, I haven't heard that one in a long
right, Billy
time.
Bob.
Yeah, it's definitely
She's
like
from Michigan too, so they probably say cooter then.
yeah. But if you called me or it a cunt, I'd be like, I
you
don't
just
know.
crossed the line. my
Yeah.
boy.
If I say, hey, yeah, check out these cunts, like an English guy, like,
Yeah.
But that's different. Yeah, we're not in English.
look at these cunts.
I'm just telling
What
you.
if
I
Dan
like it. I like it.
called you a cooter, but with the same meaning as cunt?
Fucking cooter.
I'd probably laugh.
I asked Akira yesterday. I was telling her like about the idiocy and the morons that exist in the world, and I was like, I'm like, the reality is that just so many of us are just uneducated, jealous, angry, like pieces of crap running around,
insecure
causing
assholes.
just negative, destructive shit. And I was like, let me ask you a question, kid. I was like, what would you do if a boy referred to a vagina as a cooter? And she was like, I would fucking turn and walk away or throw a drink in his face or something horrible.
Fair enough.
She's like, she was speechless. She's like, who would use that term? And I was like,
Yeah, it's pretty cringe. As the kids say.
People do it.
Yeah.
And so like, that's the thing.
Hillbillies.
We're gonna
Hillbilly
teach,
old people.
We're
Yeah.
gonna teach these AIs
words like cooter.
every behavior, everything, and
So it needs a little regulation.
Yeah.
All right, let me what's in our let's finish the show on this. What is our saying in our opening?
reality.
What is it again? Have it write me a poem about reality, UFOs, science, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
You sick fuck.
Oh, that'd be great.
Consciousness too.
Oh yeah,
I miss consciousness, but
That's all right.
Big one.
okay, here we go. It's doing it.
Oh, great.
You're gonna read this out loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it out loud. It's doing it right now.
It's
This is
producing a poem,
Yeah.
producing a
verses after verses
Yeah.
of text.
What the fuck?
Okay, read it.
Right, it's still going.
Just tell it that's all we need,
Okay, all right. Oh my god.
Tell it we need a haiku.
All right.
You just need I need a haiku regarding these.
Wow. All right. Reality is what we see, yet so much more remains. The mysteries of the universe, a never-ending game. With science as our guide, we search for what's untold, the truth behind the stars, and secrets yet to unfold. UFOs in the sky, a sight we all admire, a glimpse into the unknown, sparking our desire to reach for the stars, a journey to the end, in search of a life beyond our galactic friend. Okay? Drugs,
No.
a tempting escape from the world we know, but a dangerous past that's best not to go. For the
Don't tell me what to do.
We disagree with you.
for the road, it just it must have made 4 different poems. But from the road to recovery is one of
like a
clarity
damn
and
poem.
truth, and anything that clouds our judgment and proof. Rock and roll, a beat that never fades, a rhythm that's alive in the hearts of all the brave. With music as our soul, we dance to the night, embracing life and love with all our might.
All right, this is generic.
One more.
Fuck.
Exactly.
One
It's
more,
very
Dan.
So let us embrace reality with open hearts and minds and journey through the stars to the answers we'll find. For the truth is out there. We're closer every day to a world beyond dreams and a universe at play.
Dude, you could call that you could call that generic, and I will agree that it wasn't super clever, but that wrote that shit in 30 seconds
Yeah,
flat,
and
and
the
it was
fact it was,
equally
cogent
it was
is really
equally
weird.
it was equally good to what someone would have taken a week to come up with. They would have scribbled it out. They would have
Yeah,
been
for sure.
oh, that
Like a
sounds
baby, like a kid.
this sounds like shit.
That was like a bad poet, but it was well written, and it was well written really fast.
wow.
Right.
I'm blown away.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna
pretty crazy,
I'm gonna be
right?
talking. See, I thought just conversation on the chat thing. I forgot you can ask it to do shit. Oh boy, I'm asking it to do my own rap songs,
Bro.
all sorts of shit.
It can code for you, man.
By next episode, I'm going to have a rap song. I'm going to rap about the show using AI.
It just did it.
I will
Hey.
not be at the next show.
Wow. If you're listening
And it's
out
going to
there,
have Cooter in it, too. That's the name of the song. It's called Cooterific.
Cooterific.
Cooter sounds like a roadkill.
It does sound like roadkill.
My cooter's itchy. My cooter, there's a cooter on the side of the road. You want to check it out?
Some people call roadkill lunch. You know.
Yeah. My
That's true.
My cousin does taxidermy. There's a cooter on the side of the road.
Download ChatGPT.
It's not even. You just use. You
just go on
gotta
their
log in.
website.
Yeah, you gotta create a.
Okay, so it's a website, not an app.
Oh, it is?
I thought it was an app.
Maybe I didn't use
I
the
gotta
right one then.
I gotta
Yeah, you
Google.
might use something
I
different.
might
like-
use some shitty one.
It's like openai.com. or-
OpenAI.com.
Oh, okay.
God.
I didn't use that.
Yeah.
I use some. Yeah, never mind.
It's the It's a Cylon in its infancy. Right?
That's well. There you go. That's where I'm not gonna ask you what you asked, so we'll do it off air. But like, it may not answer it. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's amazing.
This is the start of something. Who knows? Now all these other companies are like racing. Like,
cat's out of the bag. Genie's
Cat's
out of the
bag,
bottle.
yeah.
Pandora's box been opened. It's not.
I'm gonna use it for work. All the stuff I have to
Nothing's
write.
getting put back
Why would
in
I
there.
write something? It
Yeah,
doesn't
right.
make sense.
Elon, I'm just going to finish the show on this, okay? Elon Musk is trying to invent this Neuralink chip, right? The entire point behind it is to free up time to do other things.
Yeah, but with this AI,
And I know,
be
and
scary.
so what I'm saying is, yeah, I mean, there's no saying that eventually the computer wouldn't like program us into like autonomous slaves, right?
how
But-
do we know it's not like it's
What-
our thoughts or
what-
their thoughts that's coming out?
I mean, how do you know that that's not what's already going on biologically? You know, how do you know that you're not receiving and transmitting data through
Andrew
your brain?
Tate says we're living in the Matrix.
I'm just telling you,
is Elon.
your brain is essentially a transceiver for consciousness. You're receiving information, you're processing it into data, into shapes and whatever. But anyway,
Elon said that
fucking-
he goes. Somebody said, what are the chances that we live in base reality? He said 1 in a billion.
yeah, well, here's
One
the
in a
deal.
billion.
In this base reality, what we do, human beings, we're
No, we're not in
like
base reality.
We're like a pack of locusts that we have to consume shit all the time, and a bunch of our time is spent trying to gather all the things we need to consume. So, like, you take it back 10,000 years ago, they were running around all day, hunting food, grabbing wood, working hard to survive, right? Maybe at the end of the day, they had like 20 minutes or an hour. They could sit around the fire, smoke a pipe, and enjoy each other's company. But for the most part, you're out there working, gathering resources.
Fuck his
fucking
woman.
Whatever. Then you fast forward the clock now. Human beings have like an 8-hour workday. It's really like 12 when you factor in all the bullshit running a house and crap, right? But you got about 4 hours to yourself where you get like, you know, recreation time basically, right? And what Elon Musk says is that all of our problem solving abilities and everything that we do it's all just to satiate the pleasure system into like, oh yeah, like I've got food, I've got water, I'm warm, all that's taken care of. Let's get some other stuff and let's put that in. And so like he's saying that when humans don't have to spend fucking 8 hours a day doing a paper or writing a report, they could spend 15 fucking minutes on it and get the same amount of work done. And don't get me wrong. That'll be stage 7 of slavery because we'll spend 8 hours a day doing 100 times the amount of workload we used to do because we'll have the ability to process it. But somewhere in there, we're going to save some time and maybe we'll get like 10 hours to ourselves a day to do other stuff. And, you know, we could go on water slides. I don't fucking know. But
Fuck
awesome
sex robots.
topic, Macka, and awesome little app that they got out there. And
We have to update our song, our opening salvo.
say
We should
positive.
do an
AI.
We should do an AI photo of all three of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
that'd be
definitely
cool.
doing that.
Yeah.
I'll send you the photo of us that we have, and
Yeah,
you
I'll
can-
turn it into AI. I'll have my friend do it. He does good ones.
Yeah, no, that'll be
We
dope.
have to add Kingsley. We have to have a picture of
I think
us
we have.
four.
I think we have pictures of all 4 of us.
I'm not sure.
Not together, though, right? Do we?
I think I got one of us together. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, hope you like the AI show, everyone. Get your hooshies off. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.